There's been some very interesting conversations as of late regarding the role of testing management solutions and content management solutions. There's lots of schools of thoughts as to what solution should have what role. The debate is testing should only live in testing solutions, or testing solutions shouldn't be responsible for ongoing targeting, personalizations, retargeting, merchandising, branding, what have you. Lots of differing opinions on this, and where I stand with it is I think it's valuable to enable organizations to be able to execute target content, personalized content, use the rich data that they have, any which way that allows them to execute. And currently, I think content management's, until content management solutions and testing solutions converge or merge into a single platform, you're going to have companies using solutions like Adobe Target to do this type of rich targeting and personalization. And I'm demonstrating this pretty interesting POC that I just recently was part of a team that put this together. This team is not using this to do any testing, but rather they have very, very rich personas, some scoring in place, and they need mechanisms to deliver content, both server side, client side, and based off of all the different rules that they have. It's pretty impressive, and it demonstrates, I think, the value of how testing solutions can be used to do this type of thing. At Mia Prova, and this is a Mia Prova customer as well, at Mia Prova, we're seeing many of our clients where more than 50% of their active activities in Adobe Target are not so much pure A/B testing, but rather personalization exercises and things like that. And we're helping organizations manage that and report on the distribution efforts across those particular journeys. I'll have follow-up videos on that at some point soon. But I wanted to show this because this is something that was pretty interesting this past week here. So this particular use case, they've got different areas of the site they want to target based off of different personas. Now, the persona values can change. They're dynamic by page impression based off of back-end systems. So, for example, persona 24 here has a value of 18, but if I refresh the page, now I could have a value of 570. So the rules here pretty extensive. They can be based off of lots of different things, and they would want to use things like compare the values of persona values, the percent, the presence of different persona values, or what have you. So simply, let's say, removing a particular persona value here, due to refreshing the page, you can see here. So both 23 and 24 present, but 25 is the high, or 24 is the highest. All of this is in real time available for that particular impression. Now, how all of this is doable is by way of passing data to Adobe Target. And they're doing something here that works client side, server side, what have you. It's taking data from the data layer, from cookies, a variety of sources, and just passing them along as part of the particular page load. And this works for single page applications, anywhere, even as the different values update. And so what they're doing here is simply passing this data along to Adobe Target. And then within Adobe Target, we do things like set up different profile scripts based off of these mbox parameters, which allow them to update. So there's lots of different ways you can treat these profile scripts. You can have them retain their first value, retain their last value. But the way that this one is constructed is it'll update the value every time this particular mbox parameter is seen. And where this comes together within Adobe Target, more often than not, you use experience targeting because you want the fluid nature of visitor participation across experiences. You simply apply these particular audiences here, where you can see here we're using persona 25 is greater than 24 and 23, and all three of these are present. This is something that came into Adobe, let's say last year at some point, where you can actually use in the audience where you can compare profile attributes against each other. And that's why you're able to see in this example how Persona 24 is higher than Persona 23. So all of this comes together within here. You can manage the different rules and how they come together. And then you can adjust, obviously, the order by which they get evaluated. And this is I just thought like a wonderful example of enabling organizations to make use of this rich data. So they've got these teams that build these pretty interesting models based off of lots of offline data as well as online data and a key to join that particular data. And the content management system that they have doesn't allow them to quickly and easily do this. And so that's why solutions like Adobe Target are being used, because this team's able to quickly get it up there. But also what this enables them to do is incorporate testing as they see fit, because they've got the rich audiences that are there. But then they'll also, this is an Adobe Target Premium customer, which means that all of these different persona attributes are going to be made available for automated personalization if they were to go about using that. But then also they get default reporting. So if they were to figure out a way to do this with their content management system, where they can have these different rules to show different things based off of different persona attributes, there's not mechanisms to automatically have that particular channel or that instance report back in. It takes additional work, whereas if you were to do this with the testing solution, this would allow automatically visibility into that, and benchmark reporting as well as historical reporting would be there. So anyways, thanks for watching. I thought this was an interesting use case, a wonderful use of using a testing solution to demonstrate different values. That's about it. Any questions, hit me up in the comments.